As you guys may or may not know, I experienced a bit of a friend drought from the ages of about 18 to 20. And by that I just mean that I didn't really make a single friend in that time. I was living in Nashville, I was dating and getting married to my husband in that time, and I honestly just had a lot of really bad experiences with friends. And I myself was kind of being a bad friend in that time. And so I found myself, 18 years old, and I kind of just thought that I only ever needed my husband. Like, I think it was sort of a defense mechanism because I had been hurt so badly by so many people, and I really felt like I was just kind of garbage as a person. And I don't know if I felt like I didn't deserve to have friends, or I just couldn't, or I didn't trust the outer world, or maybe it's all of those things, but I didn't try to make new friends. And Emin, my husband, would encourage me, like, you should go make friends. I really don't like seeing you so lonely. All we do is hang out with each other, and that's cool, and I love you, and I'll introduce you to my friends, but you should really try to have your own friends. And he would really try to push me because it was a little bit pathetic, but it honestly just didn't work. Like, I just wasn't having it until my husband was on Instagram or something. I don't even know how this happened, but he met this guy and his name was Jack. And he was like, hey, Dani, I'm like sort of internet friends with this guy, Jack, and he has a girlfriend who I saw pictures of, and she honestly just looks like you guys would be friends, which is so random because, like, who knew that someone's look could kind of show you what kind of person they are? But he was like, this girl just reminds me of you, and she kind of gives me your vibe. And I was like, okay. So I remember I looked at her Instagram, I was like, oh, she does look cool. And I followed her, and she followed me back because my husband was friends with her boyfriend. And then because I lived in Tennessee at the time and she lived in Ohio, Emin was like, oh, we should all talk like on Zoom. Like, we should have a hangout on Zoom. So we all hopped on, and we had like, I don't even know what we did. I think we wanted to have a game night, but we ended up just talking and getting to know each other. And then the girl and I kind of got each other's numbers, and we started texting each other a little bit, and then we started FaceTiming. And I remember the first time, I remember this so vividly, the first time we FaceTimed was in early 2021, and she was actually having some issues with her then boyfriend at the time, Jack, who I mentioned before. And so the first time we connected was because we were talking about that, and I was kind of asking her about her life, and I was learning about her, and I was realizing how similar we were, like kind of scary similar, the more we got to know each other. Like, we were both homeschooled. She grew up in the church just like I did. We had like really similar beliefs and views of the world. And I was so excited because I had not had a friend in so long. And also, any of the friends that I had previously, I never really met anybody who felt like me. Like, it kind of felt like everybody who I was friends with before, I was just like pretending to be someone I wasn't to fit in, and I was kind of changing myself to become them. And I remember the first time that I realized that I was like actually becoming friends with this girl, her name is Sandra, by the way, I was like, oh my God, like I actually have a real friend, like not someone who I just like or whatever. Like, her and I were very much like fast friends because we just had a very good connection. And so we planned to meet because, again, she lived in another state, and in June of 2021, she came to Nashville and she visited me right before I moved to LA, and it was the first time we met in person, and she was super tall just like me, which is so funny because I always expect everybody to be very short, but it was so fun. And it was just this amazing, like, vindicating feeling of like, oh my God, this is my first real friend in a really long time. And for once, it didn't feel weird. I didn't have bad vibes from her. It didn't feel like I was just gonna become her like a weird sponge or something. We were just friends, and it was just simple. So from then on, she ended up breaking up with her boyfriend. Sorry, Jack. But we stayed friends, and I ended up moving out to LA, which is even further away than I was from her before, but she still flew out to see me like the good friend that she is in, I want to say, end of 2021. And I showed her LA just like I showed her Nashville, and she saw my apartment, and she met my friends, and all this stuff. Like, she really got a look into my life, not one, but 2 times. And I never went to see her. Like, I kind of felt like a bad friend because we would always talk about visiting, and she would always be the one to come to see me. Now, granted, it was only 2 times, but in our friendship, those were the only 2 times we ever saw each other, and she came to me both times. So right after the last time that she came to LA, which was later last year, I was like, okay, I need to come to her. And so I booked a flight. I planned my trip for the end of March to a couple days in early April, just like a weekend trip. It was gonna be one of my only times flying by myself somewhere. Probably the only time I went to another state and actually did a full-on trip just straight up by myself. I've been to Miami with Emin's family, and honestly, I may have done a couple of other very short things all by myself, but I'm talking like no family, no friends, no nothing. Just me flying on a plane by myself, going through the airport, and I finally ended up in Cincinnati, and I'm here now, and I'm so excited because you guys who have been following me for a long time, you know how much I struggle with friends. I really, really, really have a hard time trusting people. I assume everyone's gonna leave me, or everybody hates me, or the friendships that I have just aren't gonna work out, like point blank. And so to actually have someone who I trust and who I connect with, and to have like a friendship bond that is so meaningful and like lasting, it is honestly life-changing, and it makes me so happy. So I'm just excited to be here to like see my friend's town and meet her friends and where she works and where she lives. And I met her parents, and I've only been here for a few hours, but I already think it's so cute, and I'm definitely gonna come back here multiple times for sure. But my life has really, really shifted in the past 6 months or so, and I've made so many friends out in LA, and Sandra is still one of my closest and dearest friends ever. And it kind of scares me because a part of me does feel like the other shoe's gonna drop or something and I'm gonna lose all my friends one day for some reason. But I'm trying to get past that, and I'm trying to ignore that and trust people and trust myself and not worry too much, because this is a really great friendship and a cute ass town, and I'm excited to have gone on a trip. If you're watching this video and you've never been anywhere by yourself, or you have a friend who you want to hang out with in another state, as long as it's safe and you know they're not catfishing you or a murderer, I'm telling you all to go do it, okay? Go do stuff by yourself, even if it's scary. Go spend your money, book a flight, meet your friends, see new places, because doing stuff like that makes your life feel fuller. Is it essential? No, you don't have to do that. But if you do have the opportunity to do so, if you have the funds, if you've been saving money, whatever, just do it, okay? Don't be scared, don't overthink it. Just go do the damn thing, because we're young. I mean, I'm young. I don't know if you guys are young watching this. You actually could all be really old. But I'm young, and even if you're not young, just go do it, okay? This is your sign. Take a chance. Okay, guys, I'm going on a bit of a tangent. I love you all, and I'll see you in a couple days. Goodbye. No, pretend, take a picture of me.
Okay.
Just pretend though, that's okay. You don't have to do a real one.
It's not working.
Just pretend. Just look at me and
Yeah, but it's like
pretend
literally
snap a
not
pic.
working.
That's okay, just look at
No,
me.
but you don't understand because the...
I'm just saying, hold the camera up.
No, but here. Okay, fine. The lens has to come out. It's
It doesn't matter.
stupid
No one
as fuck.
cares.
Okay.
No one cares.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Thank you. Good night. Love you.
Oh God.
So
This
like,
bitch put cheese on my... Oh, no, that's yours. Sorry.
okay, calm down. I just broke my straw.
Oh. Okay, calm down. Is it recording? Mm-hmm. Oh, shit. Sorry, guys.
They can't hear you.
Okay.
They can see you.
It's such a good song.
I'm literally pregnant.
You're pregnant?